Welcome everybody, this is Meliana. I actually play in the Chaos Gaming server and we have over 20 mods, or actually total of 20 mods at the moment. Today is March 10th, 2021 and I wanted to give a guide on breeding 101, breeding basics 101. Okay, I probably will continue to do breeding basics like advanced level, so maybe it will just be like a 201 after this. But basically you will need, the first and essential things are of course breeding room, right? So this is my breeding room right here in the back. So I'm kind of showing you guys from the beginning like what to expect. Okay, so breeding room should be about 2 stories high if you can. I have an extra one because I'm trying to show you guys like extra more things, but basically you do need dinos. Okay, so you need dinos that are gonna actually breed for you. So these are breeding males. Okay, and I'll tell you that more in a second, but basically this guide would be about maybe 10 minutes worth of your time on how to, and I'll make it as quickly as possible. All right, if you have any questions, comment on the YouTube and I'll explain it as best as I can or get back to you as quickly as possible. All right, first and foremost, of course you're gonna go out in the wild, right? So out in the wild, out there somewhere in the beyond yonder. All right, you're gonna get clean dinos. Okay, you always want to find 2 pairs. All right, so when you do find 2 pairs of the dinos, of course, then you basically will have to breed them. Okay, so first and foremost, let's just assume I have a lot of dinos in here for this video, but basically this is my clean male that I found on the road. Okay, so this guy is actually clean. Okay, what does clean mean, right? I'm gonna say clean and dirty often. So dirty doesn't mean anything bad, it's just the lingo that we use as a breeder. But basically clean is dinos that you found in the wild and there's no mutation. That's a clean dino. Okay, clean male, clean female, doesn't matter. All right, and we also have dirty males, which is the mutated males. I'll try to make sure to say mutated males, but I do label my mutated males as dirty in what generation. But these are just the proper way that I've been using so that you guys are familiar with the basics of 101. Okay, so first and foremost, you find a dino. Okay, let's say I have two dinos that I found. I gotta find the right one. So this is one of my female, right? Okay, so say I found this male, which I did. This is a B1M1. Okay, you can label it however you want on the dino, but basically B1M1 for me means breeder, first generation male, first generation. Okay, sometimes I pick up like 3 different clean dinos, females, or any dinos in the wild. But you have also, so that's one, right? Breeding, finding the dinos, right? Okay. The other part that you do need is called gender paste. You do need this gender paste, okay? And the grow paste. Okay, so you have to have a lot of these. Okay, so grow paste and gender paste. How do you make this? In the Chaos server, it's very easy to make. Basically, I'm gonna go back again in my main base here, so you guys get to kind of observe my main base. Oops, if it opens my door here. Okay, so in here we have the Primal Smithy and we have what's called the FMK station. This is really a lifesaver, I promise. So what is the FMK table? Okay, in here is where I make a lot of elements, and you do have to learn it, by the way. Okay, you have to learn the Ingram, but I can make the grow up paste right here. Okay, to make the grow up paste, it does say a bunch of things, but at the moment now it's kind of broken. So you see how it says the last 3 is 3 superior kibble. I'm just gonna make one right now so you guys know what to do. Okay, so it says superior kibble. What is it? Superior, I can't spell. Okay, so I need to make 3 of these. Okay, so let's make this 3 of these superior kibble. What do I need? I need metal. I need 9,000 metal essentially to make that, and then I can do the grow paste. Okay, so I can make one. I just made one. Okay, so that's how you make the grow paste. The gender paste, however, you do need to have elements. Okay, in another segment, if you really need to know how to make elements, just let me know. I'm just gonna create one. Basically, you just need 100 elements to make one. That was the gender paste. Okay, so all of those can be made in the FMK table. This is what the FMK table looks like. Sorry, it's on the top, but that's what it looks like on the. Yeah, so So you just create the FMK table and learn those two. Okay, those are two essential stuff that you need. The other thing, that essential stuff that you do need, is the mutation machine. So these are mutation pulse machine. Okay, we have 5 of these mutation machines. All right, and that's to mutate, and then we also have one other one usually to allow the breeding pulse if your dino can grow. Okay, remember I did mention that I have a grow up paste as well. Okay, so this is just you know, if I wanted to grow like spirit, chaos, nothing other than demonic and celestial, because they have to still grow. They can't be grown fully. All right, so now going back to the basics again. So you guys got all the basic materials you need, right? So once you do that, you know, you're basically gonna have just the one female and one male. You're gonna just do the standard breeding. Okay, so you can do 2 ways of breeding. You can we have what's called a multi-tool. Okay, so on the multi-tool, if you click R, you can go to the dino. Okay, I'm already set to dino, so I'm gonna just go back on purpose. So whoops, dino. All right, and in here you're gonna have the mating. You see how I just clicked it? On the right click, you're gonna say mating. Okay, so I'm gonna make these 2 right now. I'm gonna make sure there's no other ones that are nearby. Always make sure that you're only gonna start with 2, right? You're gonna say this one, this is not, but this female's not, but say that this one I picked it up from the wild. Okay, it would have been the similar way the male would have shown, but I you know, I bet her a few times just to have clean dinos. And you can do so as well. You can do multiple times to clean. Okay, so basically you're gonna click mate, and then they're gonna mate, right? That's how you start initially, and then eventually, you know, there's gonna be more dinos. You know, maybe if you're lucky, you'll get triplets. You know, whatever. All of the born dinos are going to be switched to females. So make sure that you make all of them female. Okay, and once you do so, when you still want to make more cleans, I usually do. Always just remember this: 1 male to 10 females. 1 male to 10 females. Okay. So right now I have 1 down. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 females. Okay. And so I'm gonna go ahead and equip these 10 females. Right. Okay. I'm not gonna do it per se, but I'm just showing you how to breed more of them. So you always just change them all to you know, female, and just lay them all around them. You know, and then you're just gonna either breed, like I mentioned about the breeding machine gun. On this server, there's a really cool fancy one. So instead of doing this mating machine, you can actually go into the trap. I'm sorry, this one looks really different, so I'm gonna go ahead and change it to normal. Oops, normal. Oh, okay, back. Options, normal. Huh. Okay. Is it this one? Nope. Basic. Oh, there we go. Sorry, that's how it usually looks. I kind of just changed the face of it, basically. Okay, so in the trap, if you already know this game, fair enough, there's like soul traps. These are gonna be the things that's gonna pick up your dinos once the baby's born. Okay, so when the baby's born, I'm not gonna breed them because I don't really need any more cleans. But basically, in here in the terminal, you can go to the options and go to the newborn auto trap, and make sure this is enabled. Newborn auto trap is enabled with the, you know, the Pokeball basically is in there, and then you just click mating on. Okay, I'm not gonna do it right this minute. All right, and once you do so, you know, you get all of the cleans, and now I'm already kind of in the head of the game here, but basically that 80 melee right there, the B1M1, that's a normal stat for that Shinehorn, which is really good for the breeder. Oh, another tip for the breeding. When you find a dino in the wild, so this is the wild dino here, okay? Omega Rex, for instance. This is wild, I promise. See, it's wild, all right? You want to look at the stats. Do you see how the telescope is showing me that this guy has 33 points on the health. Make sure you remember this part. 33 points on the health and 30 points on the melee. Okay? If I had this dino and I want to breed, this is not a breedable dino. Or I wouldn't breed him, you know, to do the mutation. You always want to look for the best stats. Okay? And I say that because I'm kind of showing off my breeder male because he was actually very rare. It took me 2 full days to find this guy, so I'm just putting the females away. But if you look at this guy, 57 points on the health, really good. Okay, anything above like 50 points is a great breeder. Okay, and this guy came with a wild of 80 points melee, so that's a great one for the breeder because I don't have to mutate him that much. Okay, maximum mutation that you want to do in generation, and I'll explain that more in a bit when I get into the motion of this video, is that 20 generation or 22, I think. By 22 generation, the dinos are gonna have a hard time breeding. Just letting you know, it's even harder and harder. Okay, so this is basic video, so you know, I'm just showing you that this is a really good male breeder. Okay, so what started off with this male and the female, I've broken down to, you know, I've done some breeding already, and this is kind of like the generation 12. You see I've mentioned 30, so this particular set was mutated 12 times. Okay, it's already at 190, which is really good. It's over the double of that male there. Okay, and then this particular little fella is health at 148. Okay, on the 9th generation, so he's a little behind because I started the health later, but motion is that you always want to do the health and the melee, and if you can do stamina also would be great. So in this particular video, if I wanted to do melee on this dino, say this is a clean male, it's not, but you know, just assuming, you see that he has 74 points starting, which is a really good breeder if it's a clean male. It's not, but you know, just saying. Okay, so I'm ready to breed these guys. Okay, so before these guys just grew, and you see how it's bloody and the health is so low. Okay, you always want to have a omega, any type of omega. Okay, and then with the omega, you're gonna do is activate 808. Okay, so for him, I'm gonna be pretty quick. Okay, I just want to make sure that I answer all the questions. You know, like all the generic questions that I would have probably gotten asked. Okay, so this guy does an AOE heal. Once you do though, look at that. Now the health is full. Okay, it doesn't give him food though, if you notice. So if you want to give him food, yeah, best one is the FMK stuffed paste. Stuffed paste. There we go. Okay, so remember how this is food is little. Consume. Okay, you can consume it with them, like you can ride them and then consume too. So I did one way. You can give it to them, or I can ride. Okay, see how the food is down, and press my automatic button 6, and the food goes, voila, goes up for this guy. Okay, so you can do either way. So it's just a motion to keep it clean, you know. And then I just keep away the Omega Wax because he's no longer needed. To make it easier, I'm not going to do both pulse, but when you get into the advanced level, you could do 2 stats at the same time. Okay, a little bit complicated if you do so, but now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to breed. Okay, so I have at the moment 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 females. Okay, but I was going to show you how to do the cleans, but I think you guys got the clean right. So my motion, or the best way to breed one-on-one for the mutation, has always been not more than 8 dinos, 8 females. Alright, so how you see how I'm surrounding the male around it? Because that's the main breeder. Oh, I don't know why Omega came back up. Alright, goat, because these are called goats. Okay. It's just easier because I can move them around. Alright, so let's see. I have how many? I didn't count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, remember I said 7 or 8. So for this video, I'm going to do 8. Okay, 7 and 8. Okay. Alright, so I have 8 females in here, all clean. Okay. Alright, so I light them up all nicely with a male in the middle. Okay, so now I'm ready to breed. Alright, so I'm not going to do the health right now. So if I had the health one, I would do it at the same time. That's just more base. That's not a basic. So I'm just teaching you that if you wanted to just learn the basics, I would probably just start with 1 stat. Normally it's melee. So that's the damage that the dino can do. Okay, once it's done, you know, make sure in the pulse mutator that you have elements, because I have all the elements in here. You're going to go ahead and pulse. I'm going to pulse now. 1, 2, 3, all 5, 4, and 5. Okay, and you're going to know for sure that they were mutated because you see how that little icon with that mutation thing is 5 out of 5. Okay, so they're ready to breed. And I don't need to do the growth base because that's different dino. Okay, so I go back here, newborn trap, and mating on. That's it, mating on. Okay, make sure that no one's up there because they can be bred too. As you can tell, he's mutated 5 out of 5, but there's no female with him, so it's fine. Right, so now it's just kind of looking at it, make sure they're mutating at 12%. Okay, so we'll come back to this and check on the dinos when their babies are born. All right, so I'm moving on. So that's how you do the mutation, okay? Now, I'm teaching you guys a little bit more further steps of blending. All right, so we've got, yeah, we'll check on those and see which one's the dirty or not dirty. That's actually the last step of Basic 101. But I'm going to kind of give you a little tip on other things as well, since we're waiting for them anyway. All right, so this is breeder health and melee. I've already bred them blended together. So you saw how the other one, the goat, had 2, health and melee. These are max levels. 254 is actually max. I did try to go up a little more, 2 points. But it's rare because this guy's already like generation 21. Remember I said anything over 20 is kind of harder to breed anymore. So I just left it, you know, it's fine. It's only 2 points. It's not a big deal. All right, so you see that these two are my breeding pair, okay? Once you get to the max level, and you see how this one I've already bred and it says ready to mate, okay? There's a little tip here. I'm giving you guys a tip. Remember I told you about the gender based? All right. I'm gonna change this guy to gender based to male, okay? I'm gonna put this guy as, actually I'm gonna remember this, I think, hopefully. I just have more males, so I just wanna make sure it's okay, doesn't matter. So H breeder, right, became a male. So that was the health, yeah, to male. All right, so remember that this guy's male, this one is female, was female. All right, I'm bringing this guy back. Oh, sorry, there's a lag, server lag. I can't do anything about that. All right, so this is the same guy that I just, probably, I don't know, maybe not, but let's just assume this is the same one. Okay, so this is health, main, max melee stats, and this is melee, okay? So what you're gonna do is gender paste them again. So this is when you need 2 paste, gender paste. Okay? Look, now the timer's gone, okay? So I can breed them again. Since I actually have these other guys here, hopefully they're all male, I don't know. Male. Okay, I'll teach these guys a little bit later. These are blended, okay? So, so then I made sure that I have 1 male and 1 female, right? That's the only way that they can breed. I don't want these guys to breed, so I'm going to go ahead and click the mate, okay? So mating and mating. All right, so now you can see the little heart that they are breeding. This is the female, so now you can see that they're breeding, okay? I'm going to stop them right now, but assuming that they had a baby, you know, blah, blah, blah. I usually, at the max level, this is just my tip, basic 101 too. At the max level, once you reach the max, you want to use the clean females again. So the clean females are used a lot, okay? So make sure that you do have at least for 1 stat. So say you want to just do health, you should have at least 15 clean females per stat. That's my notion. Even though you can do the gender paste, but gender paste changes 100 elements. So if you don't have it in the beginning, it's gonna cost you a lot. So I'm not gonna breed them because I'm already bred. Okay. So assume that these babies, these 2 have bred and had a babu, right? Babies. Okay. Which they did. So they had, you know, twins, triplets, or whatever. They're all same level. Look, they're all male. Okay. These are blended. If you say blended, it means you have 2 stats. So those parents, the health and the melee, has combined together and now became a 796 level dinos. Okay. I don't need all of them to be male because I want to breed them. All right, so how do I make the breeding pairs? Okay, my thing is that I usually like to name them. So as soon as these babies, what I did is I did the create growth boss, so they just became full grown. Okay, or I could give them the growth paste, right? So I have a choice. So if I'm in the rush and I really need to give them, you know, get them started right away, I would do this FMK growing paste. Okay, but I did the growth boss because it's only 10 elements to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna label these guys. So this is gonna be a 2 stat, right? Sorry, max 2 stats, main breeder. Okay, that's just for me, for more my notion to know that this is the breeder. Okay, I'm gonna keep that male there. All right, for the rest of it, I don't need all males, right? So I'm gonna do the gender based because I want to breed them. Okay, so gender based. All right, so these other ones are gonna become the breeders of this particular one because you want to always have the same stat, okay, and same level over time. It doesn't have to, but basically, if you have two stat one, then you can basically do 10 female clean and just breed them, you know, and hope for the best. But for my way is basically it's easier if you already make like extra more. Okay, so say I have all of these females. Okay, so right now I actually have 3 females and male left ready. Yeah, and I do have to make a whole bunch of these females. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this male if I can. Oop, he's probably stuck. Oh, there we go. All right, he's also like health is really low, so I'm gonna bring the Omega. So Omega is one good thing to have, dino for the breeders. Okay, so yeah, relatively I think I'm close enough. Yeah, I just want to make sure they're close enough. Okay, so I usually have 1 saddle for these guys. I don't really need more than 1 to just move them around, and I don't have anything else on the side. All right, so this is how you blend the 2 stats together the best way. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the little, this one is changed too. So new auto trap, mating on. All right, so they're mating. All right, so while that's going, that's a little bit of a extra level than the basic 101, but that's how you do the 2 blended, okay, or blending other stats together. All right, so demonic shinehorns are still 5 minutes. Oof, okay. I can't really show you until I get dinos. Okay, so let's say that these guys are done because I'm trying to give you guys like a fast stat here, and all of the babies will end up in here. Okay, say that these are the goats that came out of that female, and the way you're gonna know is that there's a cuddle. That means it's a baby. Okay, so remember I said I had 190 melee. Okay, so I look at all of the babies, see if they have it. Okay, so you just look at the charge emission range for the goat. Sorry, I didn't change it. And they're mutated 9 times. So this is the 9th generation. Okay, so say that these are the babies. Okay, so 180. You see that? Okay, it's the same stat. So no, I don't need them. Okay, I always want to look for just the 10 points up. Each pulse is gonna give you 10 points. Oh, see, look, I got 190. Okay, so that could have been my breeder too, 571. Okay. But I don't need them because I've already got the 190. I just need 1. It's good to have, if you've got 2 same stats, it's good to keep 1 extra because sometimes the breeder doesn't breed. Just saying. Okay, so each mutation pulse is 2 points. Okay, so with the 5 mutation going on is the max, that means equals 10 points to that particular stat, and it's random. It's all random, so it doesn't mean that it will get the melee, but this is more a chance because the male had mutation already in the melee stats. Okay, damage stats. All right, so I didn't find any of them. Let's say I did. Okay, so let's say this was 180 and I found that male. Okay, so remember that 190, I think it's this one. Yeah. Okay, say this is the one I truly want because he's, you know, he's like a secondary, right? Anyway, okay, so I grab this guy, make sure this is the one, the melee with 190. Okay, I look at the ancestors. Okay. I always breed with a clean female. Remember that. Always breed with a clean female. The only one that's mutated is the male side. This is the paternal. Maternal is always going to stay clean. Got it? Okay. So each time I bred this is usually, you know, you should label them clean. But anyway, I'm already like an expert at breeding, so it doesn't matter for me. But make sure on those things too. But this is where I look at the generation. So there's 0 generation here, and then there's 12 generation here. Okay, so this is a 12th gen. Okay, so this is how I label it. Again, you can label it however you want. This is the 12th gen. Okay, 12th generation, and I'm actually boosting melee 190. I don't need anything else. I don't care about the any other stats. This guy is for the breeder, for the melee. But I already have the 190. This is just a spare, so you know I could put like spare, or and the notion for breeding mutation is that you do at least not more than 4 times in the regular one. Okay, if you leveled up yourself all the way up to like 20th generation by then, and you're in the 200 points, like the other dino that I just saw you, the 254 and 220, I'm sorry, 240, we know that other thylas, then you might want to breed them at least 5 or 7 sets of females, okay? On this notion, this is my first time I'm actually breeding this guy, 190. So I always try to count to see how many I have bred. You don't want to do more than 4 times, okay? If you do not see the male breeding after 4 tries, because you don't want to use up all of your females or use the gender, gender base and reset. I mean, that's a lot, of females that you got to do that. So like, if this set doesn't have a mutation, which, it's already a minute and a half, then I will probably most likely find the same stats. So remember, this guy could be the next generation, but he's 571 and this guy is 581. So he's still actually better. He's better out of the two. Yeah. But you can try. It doesn't matter because it's just a level. You see how this is 571 and that one's 581. So 10 points up. Again, I don't care about any other stats but melee because this is a melee breeder. Does that make sense? Okay. Alright, so we got that done and bred these guys. I found one, so I gotta wait for this guy to grow. Remember, this is a demonic, so I cannot do the growth pace. Okay. I did breed the thylacats. We'll do that in a second here because it does take about 16 minutes or so to see if they are blended. Because this will be the first time, so I'm kind of excited about that because they're already at the max. All right, let's just look at these guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. I have a lot of all of the dinos that didn't make it. Okay, you're gonna put them all of these cuddles, right? It didn't have the stats I want. Okay, hold on. My breeding bin is kind of full. Okay, so I'm gonna put away the cuddles because I don't need any of these females. You do not breed these guys. Why? Because they have a mutation. Can they be the female for you for the breeder? No. Answer is no. Okay. Always breed with the queen females, right? Except for the blending, when I'm blending. Okay, so these guys never made it. I'm just making sure that they're all babies because sometimes I put the these breeders by accident in here. So yeah, they all didn't make it basically. Okay. Another thing is for the breeding. Let me just make sure out of here. When you have a mutation, it could go to the mother side. Okay, that's also common. So let me see. This one was spread 26 times. Yeah, so it's not gonna breed anymore. Higher. I'm just trying to. Okay, right here. So this guy was extraordinarily like the best, right? You see the maternal mutation? There's 1, okay, and then there's a paternal 9. Okay, if there's a maternal 1 mutation, it's fine. Or 2 is fine also, okay? Usually it means the color mutation. You see how the colors are like red and like this hot pink color? You won't see it on the Chaos because Chaos is always going to be this dark brown color dino. But if I was doing like, say, I was doing a Parasaur or like Dire Bear, for instance. I think I have. Alright, so say I had Parasaurs, right? They're all high already, so I don't know if I have anything mutated. Okay, so here's this purple color one, right? Okay, so this one has paternal 17th generation. This is clean. I'm sorry, mutated male, but a good breeder if this guy had a good stats. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to be very, very, yeah, this one's blended. Okay, so I was blending on the max stats, so don't worry about that. I'm just kind of showing you the color mutation here. All right, so you will have a color variant from the mother side, which will look like this, one of these. So remember this baby. I'm gonna kill it later, but okay. So he's a funky color, right? He's got this like little light color blue and a purple mutated color. Yeah, but he doesn't have like a good stat. Not for the generation that I've already worked on. I think this one is 17th generation. I mean, he should have been like 200 levels in 1 stat, but I don't see it. So this guy's a kill for sure. Okay, so this cool gun can actually also do kill gun too. So kill. Yeah, so kill this guy, right? And the best way as a breeder for the demonic or celestial is that you want to keep the hides to make the saddle. Okay, so the best one is Fabled Theory. This is one of the boosted ones, and I just press C. I actually picked up about 622 demonic hide just now. Okay, and that's for the saddles. You know, I can use this for the saddles later. For any demonic dinos. Whoops, sorry. I know my bag is full. It's just this is for the video, so. Okay. Alright, so I got some demonic hides from that, and that's how you kill the dino. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, so we've got, everyone's done. Some of the females are done. I just always put it away because I don't want them to breed again. Remember, I put the breeding on. So after that timer, like if you went off and do other things, you know, they're gonna stop breeding even without the poles. So I always pick up the females right away. Okay. Alright, so we got the babies. Yes. So go to the goat. I'm specifically looking for what? 190 was the male. I got a 200. Yes, I got a boost up. You see here? It's a female. It doesn't matter the gender, remember? Because I can do the gender base. Okay. So I've got the 200, but I have a male 200 here. Could have been a twin. I don't know, right? I have two actually. Okay. So this is good because they're now mutating, and that's what I need. Okay. So I have the goats, and I have the 200. That's the next level, right? All right. So I got this dude. What's the generation? I always double check. 12 and 1 mutation is fine. 13th generation. Okay. So I can put this dirty male, meaning mutated male, the 13th gen, and melee and 120. Why am I doing the generation? It's important to the breeder, not for anyone else. Why? Because after the 20th time of mutated dinos, I'm gonna have a hard time getting the stats as I need. But because this is only 13th, I'm gonna probably get, you know, because 10 points over, right? So 210, 200, I can get up to 250. So 50 points, five more generations. That's gonna get me up to like mutated or dirty 17. Yeah, plus 5. Sorry, I'm very bad at math. So I can still keep going, you know, if I wanted to. So this guy, because it's 200, it will go up to 250. If I wanted to do the max level stats 254, what do? Right? Remember I said each one is 2 points? So I need 4 more points. That means I just use 2 mutation pulse and breed that guy, if it was like the max, you know. Breed that guy with 7 or 8 females again. Okay? So now that this dirty's done, he's already done breeding. All right? So I've got this next generation going. I've already got a successful one, so I'm just going to put him away. He's no longer needed. I can kill him. I'll keep one, though. One generation. Yeah. And I always keep one generation. Why? Because even as a breeder that I've been breeding for like 3 seasons, I may have a, you know, mutated one by accident somewhere, or the female, you know, accidentally joined, which is the wrong one. It wasn't clean or whatever. So I always go back and refer to the one generation before. Or if, like I said, if this guy was sucky at breeding, you know, then I'll go back to the 190 and try to breed again. Or I can go pick up these babies. So I kind of keep these babies. I don't like kill them right away, but I put them in the slaughterhouse, and I keep them for a while, like at least for the next 2 generations. Does that make sense? In case I need it again. Yeah, because I had 2 other successful ones, right? So I mean, I can grow them. Yeah, I can grow them now, you know, because they do take a while, the 200s, but you know, I'm already at the end, so I don't really. Yeah, there's so many ways you could do this, you know, or you can make that one as a breeder too, and breed it 2 times what I'm doing now. But I just need one breeder, so he's it. Yeah, I gotta wait for this guy to grow. Let's go back to the mutated dinos. I think they're done. I'm not sure. This will be the last part of it, and then I do have fallens as well. I know somebody asked me. Oh, they're done. Yeah, so they look like they were bred. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, they're done, right? They have a timer. Okay, so what do I do in the timer? I gender change them. Oh shoot, I didn't label them. Did I not label these guys? Okay, yeah. I always label them, okay? Because I don't want them to get mixed to, because it's a female. Even though I'm going to change it to female anyway. 2 stats. Max. Breeder. Okay. All of them are going to just be main breeder, and then this is... Right, now I gotta do the gender paste. Change it back to male so I can breed again. Okay, same thing, this guy's done. Okay, same thing. 2 stats, max, breeder. Oops, I can't type. Again, you can label it however you want, but this is me saying this is my breeder for this guy, for this particular stat. 2 stats, max, breeder. Okay. Doesn't matter how you do it. All right. Oh, I forgot to do the gender base. Oh man, I got too excited. 2 stats max breeder right here. Okay, so I'm gonna bring them back and gender base them so I can breed them again. All right. Forgot to gender base. Oh man. And the labeling is so important. Okay, especially in this phase right now, because I don't want them to be mixed up with you know, anything else. You know, I mean, actually, I could do a clean with these guys too. So now that I have a couple of them, 2 stats max main breeder, I could keep them as male and just breed them with females too, the clean females. Okay. All right, so these are done. This guy's done. Let's go look at the 2 stats. Even with the 2 stats like that mixed blended, it doesn't mean that you're gonna get the same stats on the babies. Okay, so this is how many babies that was born from all of, whoa, that's a lot. Did I do that many? Yeah, so here's 2 stats. See how the 796? This one didn't make it. Okay, you can tell by the level too. See, this one only has a health. This one has only health. Okay, but on the 700 levels, like 609 might be, nope. Okay, so this one made it, right? 1, 2, 796 even. Ooh, 3 and 4. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up the main ones that I'm looking for, and the rest of these are gonna get killed again because I don't need the stats and I don't want to mutate them, mutate with other dinos by accident. Okay, but I want to keep these guys, so I've got the chaos babies. All right, I'm not in the rush because these are just gonna. If I was on the rush, like I want to breed them now, this is the only one, you know, then I would do the grow up based. But right now, they're just it's my main breeder again. So now I have more 2 stats breeders, you know, so I can keep breeding them, or I could just use these guys, make it with a clean. That's why I need a lot of cleans. So because I did 2 stats, I'm gonna have 100 females that I can use for these guys to be bred over and over again. Okay, just to have more babies. Alright, so I'm going to do the create a growth pulse. We're going to grow fast because they can, because they're chaos. Alright, they have color variants. They cannot be seen. You see how they have the yellow color? I can't even see them. Not like the Parasaurs, because they're, you know, they're kind of like the end game boss Thylacats, basically. Alright, and so that's done, and that's pretty much all the basic 101. Alright, I know I wanted to show you guys about the Fallens. How do I breed a Fallen? Alright, what is a Fallen? Alright, there's a lot of questions on that, right? So we do have the Fallens. I have the main breeder right here. Here's my main breeder. It shows that they cannot be bred. Do you see that? I'm gonna show you again. Alright, when you look at my, these are just experimental. When you look at my dinos, look, it doesn't say breedable, alright? But versus like, I look at the Chaos Sila, you see here, all of these females are ready to be bred. Okay, so I might use these cleans to breed the 4 males that's on the bottom there and keep breeding so I can have more 2 stats. Okay? Alright, so main breeder, yeah, going back again. These are not ready, but see how it says this is the max stats. That's just the way I label them. So this is about the Fallens. Alright, so these are hard to breed. But I probably will do this one, how to breed, on the next segment. That will be breeding 102. So stay tuned and enjoy your day. Hope this will help you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you.